As we have seen that in an amplitude modulated waves, the signal is superimposed over the carrier frequency so that the amplitude of the carrier wave changes in accordance with the amplitude of the signal wave. And we have seen different cases having different amplitudes of the signal voltages or signal waves, which is modulated with the carrier wave, and we have calculated the modulation factor for different cases. So now we are going to discuss it on the quantitative basis. We have seen the qualitative analysis of a modulated wave. So quantitative analysis means I am going to consider the amplitude of the modulated wave as well as its instantaneous voltage or instantaneous amplitudes of this modulated wave. So we know that a modulated wave is constructed by superimposing a signal wave with a high frequency carrier wave, and this process changes the amplitude of the carrier wave, and the frequency of the modulated wave is same as that of the carrier wave. So I am starting the analysis of these amplitude modulated waves by considering the instantaneous voltage of a carrier wave. Before that, what I meant by analysis of amplitude modulated wave is I need to analyze the amplitude modulated wave. In order to analyze an amplitude modulated wave, I need to obtain an expression for the voltage, which is the instantaneous voltage of a amplitude modulated wave from the instantaneous voltages of the carrier and the signal waves. So you may be familiar about the wave representation. If it is a sinusoidal wave, mathematically we can represent any sinusoidal wave as the instantaneous value of the voltage as some Vi is equal to V0 sin omega t or cos omega t, where Vi is the instantaneous value of the voltage and V0 is the amplitude of the signal, that is the maximum voltage of that signal. Omega is the angular velocity, which is given by 2 pi into f, where f is the frequency of that signal. So this is the representation for a sinusoidal function. So I am using this mathematical expression to represent the carrier wave. So the instantaneous value of the voltage of a carrier wave is given by instantaneous carrier wave voltage. I am denoting here it by EC. E represents the voltage and EC represents the carrier wave voltage. EC is equal to the amplitude of the carrier wave, that I am representing by capital EC, into cos omega c into t, where EC is the instantaneous voltage of the carrier wave, capital EC is the amplitude. Amplitude means which is the maximum voltage. Amplitude of the carrier wave omega c is equal to 2 pi fc, that is the angular velocity of the wave at the frequency of the carrier wave fc. Now if we consider m as the modulation factor, then the signal produces a maximum change of m into EC in the carrier amplitude, that we have seen later in the previous case, or while discussing the different cases of amplitudes of signal voltages. We have seen that the carrier voltage or carrier amplitude changes with respect to the or in accordance with the signal voltage or signal amplitude. So if m is the modulation factor, then m into E will be the change of the carrier amplitude that is produced by the signal. So we can say that the signal has an amplitude of m into EC. So we can represent the signal wave as ES is equal to the instantaneous voltage of the signal wave is equal to the amplitude of the signal wave, here it is m into EC into cos omega s into t, where ES represents the instantaneous voltage of the signal wave, omega s is equal to 2 pi fs, which is the angular velocity of the wave at frequency fs. So we can write the amplitude of the amplitude modulated wave as, that is amplitude of the amplitude modulated wave as, we call it as amplitude as EAM, which is equal to the amplitude of the carrier wave plus the variations of the amplitude in the carrier wave that is brought by the signal. So we can write it as m into EC cos omega s into t. Now the instantaneous voltage of amplitude modulated wave is, or we can represent the amplitude modulated wave as E. It represents the instantaneous voltage of amplitude modulated wave, E as the amplitude of this amplitude modulated wave, that is EAM, into cos omega c into t. Here I am using omega c because the frequency of the amplitude modulated wave is same as that of the frequency of carrier wave. So the frequency of the amplitude modulated wave will be equal to frequency of the carrier wave, which is equal to, here EM is EC plus M into EC cos omega S into T into cos omega C into T, which is equal to, if we expand this one, we will get EC into cos omega Ct plus MEC cos omega C into T into cos omega S into T. Here I am going to use a mathematical identity, that is cos A minus B will be equal to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B, and cos A plus B will be equal to cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. If we add these two equations, we will get cos A minus B plus cos A plus B is equal to 2 times cos A cos B. So cos A cos B is cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. So if we use that mathematical identity for the second term, we will get this small e as EC cos omega C into T plus MEC by 2 into cos omega C plus omega S into T plus MEC by 2 into cos omega C minus omega S into T. So this is the expression for instantaneous voltage of an amplitude modulated wave. So if you consider this diagram, this figure will give you the qualitative analysis of this mathematical statement. That means if we are having a signal source of some voltage here and a carrier wave of amplitude EC is superimposed, we will get an amplitude modulated wave with amplitude variations occurs about m into EC So this wave is represented by the expression E is equal to EC cos omega C into T plus MEC by 2 cos omega C plus omega S into T plus MEC by 2 cos omega C minus omega S into T. Now if we analyze this equation, or I am going to rewrite this equation once more for better explanation. The EMF instantaneous value of the voltage is equal to EC cos omega C into T plus MEC by 2 cos omega C plus omega S into T plus MEC by 2 into omega c minus omega s into t. Now if we consider this voltage E, it actually consisting of the sum of three waves, that is, this one is the EC cos omega t. This is, as far as know, is nothing but the carrier wave, and another wave with amplitude MEC by 2, and whose frequency is omega c plus omega s, and this is the second wave, and this is the third wave. So by amplitude modulation, what we are actually getting is three waves. The super or the actual amplitude modulated wave actually consisting of three waves of different frequencies. One is the again identical to the carrier wave, and another two waves with amplitude MEC by 2 and frequencies omega c plus omega s or omega c minus omega s. So in terms of the frequency, we can say that one wave is the first wave is the wave with the frequency Fc, that is the carrier wave. The second one is the wave with the frequency Fc plus Fs, the sum of the carrier frequency and the signal frequency. And the third wave is the wave having the frequency Fc minus Fs, that is the difference of the carrier and signal frequencies. So this Fc is called the carrier frequency, and the Fc plus Fs is called upper sideband frequency, upper sideband frequency, and Fc minus Fs is called lower sideband frequency. Now we can see that this upper sideband frequency and the lower sideband frequency is having the same amplitude, and whose amplitudes are given by MEC by 2. That is the half of the variations in the amplitude of the carrier wave. For better understanding, if we consider some of the numerical values, usually we know that the carrier frequency is many times greater than the signal frequency, or is very much greater than. For numerical values, if we consider, suppose the carrier frequency is 400 kilohertz and the signal frequency, let's say 1 kilohertz. So usually the carrier frequency will be very much greater than the signal frequency. In that case, if we consider the upper sideband frequency, that is the sum of the signal frequency and carrier frequency, that is 400 plus 1 is equal to 401 kilohertz. And if we consider the lower sideband frequency, which is equal to 400 minus 1, which is equal to 399 kilohertz. So from these values you can see that the upper sideband frequency and lower sideband frequency will lie very close to the carrier frequency. Also, if we consider the bandwidth in this case, that is Fs plus Fc is the upper sideband, minus the lower sideband is the FC minus Fs, so it will be equal to 2Fs, where Fs is the signal frequency, so it is the twice of the signal frequency. This is an important thing, that the bandwidth of an amplitude modulated wave is twice that of the signal frequency. So bandwidth of amplitude modulated wave is equal to twice that of the signal frequency. So when we are using an amplifier to amplify the modulated wave, the bandwidth of that amplifier should be twice that of the signal frequency. So that's all about the analysis of a amplitude modulated wave. Now we have to discuss about a amplitude modulator circuit, that we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.